Welcome to Sandy Springs, Georgia, home of the Zambawango Bakery, and I'm here today to give you a little tour and to interview the owner and chef. Thank you so much for being with me today, guys. Go ahead and introduce yourself. Go ahead and start.
Okay, I'm George Figueroatis, founder and president of the Zambawango Desserts and Coffee business side of things.
And I'm Kathleen McDaniel, the executive pastry chef.
Nice. And this is your 1-year anniversary. So, you guys, it's been a roller coaster ride. Tell me what inspired you to get started?
Okay, the inspiration itself began from a personal need, but the passion to actually develop the business came from discovering that a huge portion of the population was underserved in this segment of the food industry. So, that type was sugar and wheat for various health reasons. One is weight loss, diabetes, cancer, many reasons. And they could do that easily, going to restaurants, eating salads and steaks and other sorts of protein. But when it came to desserts, there were zero options. And that's where the passion to serve that population grew. And Chef Kathy had the same passion, she'll go into that herself. But it takes a lot to start a business. And it's not just a personal need, hey, I like desserts that are low carb, I want to do it for myself. It's serving the population is what drives you to do it. Helping other people's lives improve in the process.
So do you guys both follow a keto lifestyle?
We do. George has been on a lot longer than I have. About a year. Well, yeah, when I started here, a little more than that. A year and a half for me. About 45 to 50 down. And yeah.
And did you have to learn how to bake with low carb style?
So I was a traditional pastry chef for 18 years. I've worked in a lot of a la carte dining in New York, Massachusetts, here in Atlanta. So when George brought me aboard, everything was new for me. I kind of touched with a little bit of almond flour before or rice flour, but you can't use rice flour when you're low carb. So all this was just very new to me, and just basically I started from scratch. Just took a lot of my old recipes and then cooked them.
So what are the substitutes that you guys use in here for flour and sugar?
We use almond flour, coconut flour. We use swerve, which is a form of erythritol, and then we're also using aldose.
And then do you calculate the net carbs yourselves?
Yes.
All right, and then what is your #1 best-selling product?
Ooh, that's tough.
There are so many choices.
Carrot cake is probably always going to be #1.
From the dessert side.
From the dessert side. And then on the morning, like our bagels, like our everything bagel is probably our most popular. Some things are pretty tied. Everyone's excited about all the pumpkin stuff that we have now, the fall stuff. So that's definitely flying off the shelves. But a lot of people are really amazed that like creme brulee is 0 net carbs. And our cookies sell really well too.
Has there ever been a dessert that you've attempted to make but you just say, I can't make it low carb, or has everything?
I'm trying to think. People keep asking me to make croissants, but we haven't really gotten to that part yet. I tried to make biscuits like your grandmother, like old style biscuits, and they just completely just made too much. They didn't work very well.
Not everything translates to low carb.
Right.
I think when you're on a keto lifestyle, you realize that.
Yeah.
So what are your weekly seasonal specialties? So every week or daily, do you have a special?
We have daily. We actually just changed the cases out starting last week. So right now, Mondays are always Oreo day because we sell a lot of Oreos. We have homemade Oreos. New items we have is like the pumpkin cheesecake, the caramel pecan. We also have some pumpkin cream cheese muffins. We haven't really narrowed down the everyday quite yet because we're still introducing new things and seeing how customers like them, and then how we're going to kind of build that trend. So a lot of new fun stuff is in the case, definitely.
So I'm a regular customer, and I even bought one of the tie-dye t-shirts. And last time I was in here, and I love wearing it around the house, but do you guys have a cult following now in the Atlanta area? How do you feel like you've grown to have regular customers? You're in the Sandy Springs area.
Yeah, I mean, we have a lot of regulars on Saturday. I have a mom that comes in about every week and a half, and she buys 20 plain bagels that she does all the kids' sandwiches with. We're learning like customers' names on a first name basis. We definitely have built a good, following here in Atlanta, and even people that drive from Buford or kind of out of the way or from South Georgia. I definitely, and George will agree, we've become a destination bakery for sure. Last week with the Braves being here home for the game, a lot of people from Jacksonville, Tennessee, we get a lot of out of towners, especially on the weekends, we get a lot of people from out of town.
Do you have any recommendations for someone that wants to carry, a load of baked goods home? How to take care of it? Can you freeze your product?
Yeah, so everything can be frozen individually. It's kind of like how we recommend. Everything freezes perfectly. The bagels are great. You wrap them individually. Even the cake slices, a lot of people think our cake slices are fairly large portions, and I've always recommended you can cut those in half and then, have one day and one the next. One of our biggest things that we preach to people is you want everything to come to room temperature. We use high fat. So the buttercreams, the almond flour, it's almost like saying eating a cold tomato and a tomato that's room temperature. You get two different textures because the sugar molecules in the tomato actually aren't open, and it's like it's better to eat our pastries at room temperature. Things like cheesecake and stuff like that, obviously, you want to keep cold. We're more than happy to wrap everything for you and freeze it for you. So if you know that we have regulars that say, coming in town, will you freeze a carrot cake for me? And we've wrapped it for them, and then they just put it in their coolers when they're traveling back.
Do you guys do custom orders for birthdays and holidays?
Yes. So we're actually right now I'm doing a wedding cake for this weekend.
A wedding cake? Wow.
Yeah. And actually this will be our third one, third wedding cake. They'll actually have another one in 2 more weeks. We've done a baby shower cake. So we'll do anything. And
I've never been to like a low carb one. That would be so cool.
We just need, 36 to 48 hours depending on what you would like. I mean, if you would like a cake out of the case that just wants for a happy birthday on it, 9 out of 10 we have them in stock.
And George, how do you plan on growing? Like, you start this thing, it's become popular. My neighbors are like, "Are you going this weekend? Am I going?" We take turns. So how are you planning to grow the business in the upcoming years?
The immediate next step, and we're almost there, is to do a shipping program.
Oh my gosh. Did you hear that, shipping?
Shipping. And the holdup has been, the fact that we needed more capacity. This bakery here is a full bakery. We have a full kitchen, and everything that we sell here is baked on the premises daily. So we don't have the capacity here to support a shipping program. And we had to go locate a place that we could then build a kitchen, get all the permits that we needed. That takes time.
Yes. Yeah.
So we're getting there. End of the fall, beginning of winter, we plan to be starting carefully a shipping program. Not open the whole floodgates of the whole country, but start on a regional basis with specific products, and then expand it more as we gain the experience of shipping. Expand it more in 2020, to go wider. So that's the immediate next step. Additional locations, absolutely. But they're not going to be freestanding bakeries like this one. This was in order to prove the concept.
Yes.
They will be most likely supported from the central kitchen in Atlanta, to begin with the additional locations. And then that model can be replicated in other parts of the country, southeast Florida and other parts, we don't know exactly where we have a central kitchen, and then we have locations that are retail that are supported from that central kitchen.
But carrying on the branding and the name.
Correct. Because what's extremely important to us is to support, to standardize the quality.
Yes.
So regardless where you go, if it says Zambawango, you can expect the same quality. And we don't compromise on ingredients, quality, execution, nothing like that. So that's why we've been very careful in how we expand, and how we will expand.
That will be so exciting. There's so many Facebook groups, and I see your name being pushed out every now and then, and some people share a picture like, "Look what I got," and everyone's so jealous. I've done that. I've shared it. So how did the name Zambawango? Like,
it was out of necessity to begin with, because the original plan was from the very beginning to expand the business, not just be one Atlanta-based bakery, but to go national.
Yes.
And we were hitting a lot of roadblocks when we were looking at national registration of names. Well, it was taken somewhere, in another state, and you wouldn't be able to do business there unless you bought out the name.
Oh,
So so the registration, we had to basically come up with that unique name that didn't really exist in the marketplace. And there is a story behind it. It's one of my business partners, Jim. When he was growing up in Maine, 7 years old, he had an uncle visit from Hawaii and lived with them for 3 years, Uncle Paulus. And he regaled them with stories about this mythical place called Zambawango in the South Pacific. And this is way before Google and anything like that, obviously. So they believed him, and that place was a place where people got along great. And whatever they did in an excellent manner.
I love that. Okay.
So whenever Jim or his sister did something well, he would slam his head down and say, "That's how they do it in Zambawango," or "That's not how they do it in Zambawango if they did something bad." So that really fits our culture as well, because we want to be, we're like a family. We get along really well. We're a very tight-knit group. We look after each other and the business. And we want to execute on an excellent level,
That's a good story. I like that. I always wondered where the name came from. So, do you guys have any upcoming plans for the holidays, any seasonal stuff?
Yeah, we'll probably definitely Thanksgiving. We'll do the pumpkin pie and the pecan, which will be low carb, gluten-free, sugar-free.
Are they going to have a crust, or are they going to make crustless?
No, they'll have crust. We did them last year, yeah. And then also for Christmas, we'll launch the Yule log, which is like the Swiss roll. We'll do our cookie boxes. We will do the Jolly Bar, probably peppermint cheesecake. We're working on some new fun drinks too, like a peppermint drink and a white chocolate mocha, and all that will be low carb.
Okay. Do you recommend that people place orders ahead of time?
Yes.
With holidays?
Yeah. So definitely, the 24 to 36 hour kind of window for that stuff. The pies, there'll definitely be a cutoff date. I don't know the exact date right now, but probably the order will be the Monday before Thanksgiving is probably, but we will make a couple extra, but when they're gone, they're gone.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys so much for having me,
you.
and I can't wait, and happy anniversary.
Thank you so much.